to Rooting Happiness. I'm Anushri Shah. I'm a counseling psychologist and I'm also trained in EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique. In my previous video, I had shared with you the tapping points where you are going to tap on the body in relation to EFT. And today we are going to dive in straight into the process of tapping. Just bear with me. Stick around, watch the video till the end, and I promise you, you will not regret it. What you will need for this is you will need a pen and a paper, alright, and you will also need a glass of water. Let's dive in. I'm going to take an issue that is very close to my heart, and it's a really in thing right now, okay, which is food. And how do I feel about myself when I eat certain types of forbidden food? You know what I mean? All the cakes and all the cheese and all the bread and everything yummy that you can think of, which you would probably feel that has a lot of calories. Yeah? And how do you feel about those calories? So we're gonna make ourselves feel better. Okay, that's the aim of tapping today. That we're gonna feel better about food and about ourselves while we're eating that food. Okay, so let's begin. I'm gonna ask you to take a specific memory that you have of yourself when you've eaten this kind of food or any kind of food that you felt, you know, you kind of eat and then you feel guilty of eating it. And then all those thoughts of, oh, I'm going to put on weight, how is my body going to look, what are people going to say, all of that comes into your mind, okay? So I want you to think about a specific issue, a specific memory with relation to all this forbidden food that we're going to tap on. And every time that you eat it, or a specific time when you've eaten it and you probably felt some kind of negative emotion. You know, a lot of times I feel guilty after eating something and I immediately start tapping on it. And then sometimes I feel angry at myself for eating this when I know it's not good for me. And then I start tapping on that too. So that's what we're going to do today, okay? So let's begin. Think about your specific issue. Rate your emotion, so the memory will bring up a certain emotion, or the time that you remember in that memory. How did you feel when you were eating that food, right? How did you feel? It could be any specific food, or it could be just in general food, you know, that brings some form of emotion in you, you know. And we're gonna tap on that. So from a scale of 1 to 10, just kind of rate your emotion on a scale where 1 is a very less intensity of that emotion and 10 is extremely high intensity of that emotion, right? So we're gonna begin with this. I am going to, so the memory that's coming up for me is the time when I ate cake, which is very recently, and I felt guilty about it after eating it. So I'm gonna tap on that. Okay, the emotion that I'm feeling is guilt, and I am feeling it in my body right now. The guilt is somewhere in my stomach and I'm feeling it at 6 on 10. Okay, so we're gonna start tapping on this. Even though I had that piece of cake, it was so delicious, but I felt so guilty after eating that. I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I had that piece of cake and it was so delicious, and it was a birthday cake and I couldn't refuse. It was so yum anyway, and I really felt like eating it. And I had that cake, and then after having that cake I felt so guilty. And the guilt is a 6 on 10 right now. I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I had that cake, and I felt really guilty about having that cake. And the guilt is a 6 on 10 right now. I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. That cake that I had last week was so amazing. It was so amazing. It was really nice chocolate gooey cake. And I love chocolate cake. And I had it. And I knew that the cake was kept in front of me. And the moment I looked at the cake, I felt, oh my god, it's so yum. And the next thought that came in my mind was I should not eat that cake. But it was so tempting that I just ate it anyway. But after I ate that cake, I felt really guilty. I felt so guilty for eating that cake. I felt really guilty because I shouldn't have eaten that cake, because it has so many calories and all the fat, and I was supposed to be on a diet. At least I had told myself that I'm going to be on a diet. And I'm not going to eat anything that makes me fat. But the cake was really nice. And the way it was, you know, I just felt like the cake was staring at me and it was calling me like, eat me, eat me. That's what it was saying. And I couldn't resist it. And I felt so guilty after eating that cake. I felt really guilty after eating that cake. Because I was really scared that now I'm going to put on weight. And it really made me feel very bad. And it made me feel worse because I wasn't even able to keep a promise to myself that I'm not going to eat cake from now on, or anything that makes me fat. But I really loved that cake. And while eating that cake also, a part of me was feeling so amazing eating that cake. That flavor in my mouth was so yum. But at the same time, another part of me is telling me that I'm such an idiot for eating this cake. What am I doing? I know I'm not supposed to eat it. And it made me feel really guilty. I know a part of me really enjoyed the cake, but another part of me felt really guilty about it. And I felt so bad after that my entire mood was spoiled. I felt so bad after that my entire mood was spoiled. And the worst was that I couldn't even enjoy the cake properly because I was feeling all this guilt while eating it. I couldn't enjoy the cake properly because I was feeling all of this guilt. All of this guilt while eating it. Even though I ate the cake that I was not supposed to eat, and I felt so guilty after eating that cake, a part of me really wanted to eat that cake and was really trying to enjoy it. And another part of me was telling me all kinds of bad things about myself. And it made me feel so guilty. Like I've actually committed some crime. I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. And sometimes I wonder if cake is the problem, or is guilt the problem? Sometimes I just wonder, if is it cake the problem or is guilt the problem? And what if I could eat the cake and not feel guilty? What if in that moment I was able to tell the part of me that was telling me all these really mean things about myself to just relax and to just enjoy the cake? It's just a small piece of cake. But it seems like I'm hell-bent on punishing myself for eating something that I really enjoy. And I wonder why I want to punish myself with so many mean things that I say to myself and all this guilt that I create about eating it. I wonder when I learned that eating all of this food is not good for me. And what if that was somebody else's point of view, that eating all of this food was not good for me? What if anything I ate could be okay? What if I could stop obsessing about what I'm eating all the time? I wonder how much more free I would be around food. What if I could just stop obsessing about food and everything that I eat? And what if I could just allow myself to enjoy the food that I eat? And also do whatever it takes to make sure that the food is well digested. Have an active lifestyle. Exercise regularly and just eat healthy. And what if I could just allow myself to stop obsessing over the piece of cake and how guilty I felt about it? And what if I could just enjoy that cake instead? Because I really love cake. I love everything chocolate. Can I just enjoy the cake? I can try to. What if I was able to allow myself to just enjoy what I'm eating in the moment? Without being really mean to myself and without saying all these really mean things to myself. Because it's really not helping. I'm not even enjoying the food that I want to eat. Plus I'm feeling so bad about it that I'm getting so stressed out. And it's really affecting my health. What if I could just let go of all this guilt and enjoy the food that I'm eating? I'm willing to let this guilt go now. And I'm willing to just allow that part of me that feels really guilty to just relax and enjoy. Just for that moment, just that one piece of whatever that it is that I want to eat, can I just enjoy it without feeling guilty? I love and accept myself with that piece of cake, eating that piece of cake. I love and accept myself deeply and completely. And I'm willing to enjoy everything that I like without punishing myself for liking it and enjoying it. even though I was feeling very guilty for eating that cake. It was a 6 on 10. I still love and accept myself deeply and completely. Take a deep breath in and out. So now just again measure your emotion. Like for me, it was guilt that I was feeling. It was a 6 on 10 when I started this tapping session, and now it's actually 1. Wow, it's a 1 on 10 right now. What is it for you? Has it changed for you? If you're not tapped with me right now, you can tap after watching this video, and please do let me know if this has made a difference to the way you felt about your body or food or whatever that it is. And you can use EFT with so many different things. And I'm just gonna drink a glass of water because I want to be able to make my system relax and release all the toxins that have been released while tapping through its natural excretion process. So I'm just gonna drink water. And yes, I'm feeling much better, much lighter. Please let me know how you feel after this tapping. And yes, I'll be waiting for your feedbacks, your comments. Like the video if you liked it, share it with people if you really liked it, and if you think that it's going to help somebody else. Thank you so much for watching again. All the best.